Hello, and welcome back to Random Vids. So, today, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite cartoon kittens. So, we've already talked about my top 10 favorite cartoon puppies, and even my top 10 favorite live action dogs slash puppies. And I figured we gotta do one about kittens as well. Because why the heck not? Next to puppies, kittens are probably my the most cutest, especially when they're in cartoon form. They do a really good job designing these characters, and some of them are made really well and they look very adorable and are great to watch and are just extremely adorable and steal the show. But I'm not going to be doing a live action version of the cats because there's not a lot of live action cat ones to choose from, unlike the dog ones, because Airbud Entertainment makes so many for dogs. So let me know down in the comments, what animal do you like better, dogs or cats? Are you more of a dog person or more of a cat person? In my opinion, I'm more of a dog person because I love dogs. I've always, for the most part, been a dog person. I love dogs. Cats they're great, but they're just not dogs. Like, I love dogs. Cats, I've grown to like them a lot more too as the years have gone on. So I love both animals. Dogs would probably be number one though. Cats would probably be number two. So for today, we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite cats or kittens. So let's get to number 10, which is Periwinkle. What an interesting name for a cat. So anywho, this cat, so-called Periwinkle, originates from the TV show Blue's Clues. I've seen Blue's Clues a decent amount when I was young. It was never one of those nostalgic shows as a kid, and I didn't even remember that this was a character from Blue's Clues until just like a year ago. So Periwinkle is one of the many million side characters in Blue's Clues. He's obviously a little kitten who is good friends with Blue. Or Blue and Steve. So he originates, I believe, he ends up building almost kind of like a fort in Blue and Steve's backyard, and they end up having to follow the trace to figure out who is in their backyard or whatever. And it ends up being Periwinkle, who is new to town. Okay, kind of cool. What's kind of cool is that in the older show, he walks like a normal kitten, but in the new show, he stands on two paws instead and walks more like a person. Okay, that's an interesting change. I don't really know if I'm for or against it, but hey, it's a change. I like his design. His design is pretty cool. I love the dark blue with a few hints of light blue in there, and of course a lot of white. It makes him look, I don't even know what the word is, but it looks really cool. Now, unfortunately, I don't really know cat breeds as much as I do dog breeds. So I don't really know what type of breed they're going for Periwinkle, but okay. Periwinkle is good friends with Blue, like I said, and Steve and whoever the host is. So it's really cool seeing what shenanigans he gets into, and I love how he wants to be a magician, basically. And he loves doing magic stuff, which leads to a bunch of adorable moments in the show. I haven't seen this show in about a year, because I did rewatch some episodes last year when I first found out about Periwinkle. But I don't know, I just don't remember too much about him. But at the same time, I think he's a really great character. He's really cute. He definitely makes top 10 lists. So yeah, there's nothing else I really have to say. He's a great character. He's really cute. So let's move on to number 9, which is Leo. Once again, not really sure what type of breed that is. Maybe an orange tabby, but I don't know. So Leo originates from the show, say it with me, Paw Patrol, which has any animal in the world. So I guess Paw Patrol did a series where they ended up adding cats to the show. And there ended up being this kind of like cat squad with 4 different cats, one of them, of course, being Leo. Leo, along with all the other kittens, are afraid of mice, which I think is a kind of funny switcheroo thing where usually it's the opposite way. Poor guy. But anywho, I guess they all have their, like, they all kind of have superpowers or something. I don't know. It's just like the normal Paw Patrol show. They get suits and they save the day. Leo's is focused on a lion. I don't know. Maybe that's why his name is Leo, because Leo seems like a lion type name. So I guess that works. And if you pay attention to his tail, it does kind of have that lion tail to it, which I thought that was a really cool design. And yeah, I guess he does look more like he comes from the lion family. It's extremely adorable. I love how all these kittens have their different animals that they want to act like. It's pretty cute. He has this yellow suit then whenever he has his suit on, which I think looks pretty cool too. Now the design looks a little iffy, but it's nothing too bad. Like, I still think he looks pretty cute. He's just not in a lot of episodes, so that's the only problem. But hey, Leo's a pretty cute character. Nothing else I have to say. I think he makes top 10 list. So let's move to number 8, which is Toulouse. Oh man, another very interesting name for a cat. Okay, what name him? What should we name him? How about Toulouse? It's even hard to spell. Name aside, I do think Toulouse is a very, very cute kitten. So Toulouse obviously originates from the movie The Aristocats, one of my absolute favorite Disney movies, as you all know if you watched my Disney video that I made. I love the Aristocats movie, and I love all 3 of the kittens too. And Toulouse is the eldest of the 3, and he usually is the one who ends up getting into the most mischief, while also trying to act tough and brave for his family. He has to be the man of the house, of course, until Thomas O'Malley joins, which I think is so adorable. The way he tries to act really tough in front of everyone. Once again, I don't really know what type of breed Toulouse is supposed to be. All I know is that he's an orange kitten. I don't think he's a tabby, but he is orange, so okay. I love his little accessories too. I love his little blue bow that he has on, making it nice to tell him out between his siblings. What else does Toulouse do? I'm trying to think. He's the eldest of the group, and he's the one who, like, kind of mentions first before anyone else does that he thinks it's Edgar who is capturing them and taking them away. And no one believes him until they figure out, oh, it is Edgar. It is Edgar. Picks on his siblings, typical sibling rivalry stuff, which I think is really great, really cute to see. I love every time that he hisses at everyone to make him look big. I don't know, it's just so cute the way they did that. It's a pretty good design. Not my personal favorite design, but I think it's better than Leo, I think, from Paw Patrol. And Toulouse is definitely a really cute kid. Honestly, not my favorite from Aristocats, but a really great character for sure. With that, let's move on to number 7, which is Oliver. Oh yeah, Oliver was definitely going to be on this list too, as you all know. So, speaking of which, as you all know, when you watched my Best Disney Movies video, I had Oliver and Company on the list. I think Oliver and Company is one of my absolute favorite Disney movies of all time. It's such an underrated banger. So, what it is basically just the story of Oliver Twist, but with animals. I think that's a really cool idea, the way they did that. Because I do like that musical Oliver Twist, and having characters basically all the characters just be animals just makes it even better. And I love the way that they took a toll on this classic. I love the music, the characters are really great, and of course you have our main character, Oliver, who is this cute little kitten, I believe, another orange, probably tabby kitten. I don't know. He does kind of have some Toulouse in him, as I noticed, but I like Oliver's design a lot more than Toulouse. I don't know what it is, but they just made him more cuter, I think, than Toulouse. I don't know how you really describe it. So Oliver is an abandoned kitty who ends up on the street with a lot of his other brothers and sisters or whatever. He ends up being the only kitten to not get picked out, and unfortunately a rainstorm comes and kind of floods. And floods, I guess, and the whole box gets destroyed. So Oliver has to now fight to survive. Well, he doesn't fight, but you know what I mean. He's a stray, obviously, and he ends up getting picked up by this guy named Fagin. Or I guess he ends up following Dodger home. And he ends up getting, I guess, not really adopted, but he can at least fit in with somewhat of a family. Until he accidentally ends up with a girl named Jenny, and then she ends up taking Oliver in and adopts him. It's such a cute movie. I love this movie so much. I love any Disney movie. I love a lot of Disney movies that have animals in it as their main characters because they're so adorable for the most part, and they do a really good job with them. And Oliver, oh man, he's just so adorable from his design. I love his 3 little stripes on his back to his pink ears, his little eyes. It's so cute. I love the way that they did his design. Oliver is probably my favorite character in the movie, although Tito is a close second. I don't know. Tito's a close second. Also Georgette. Georgette is hilarious. There's a lot of really good characters in this movie. Oliver might be number 1, but I don't know. I like Tito a lot too, but I think Oliver is extremely adorable. They did a really good job with this character. I love how he's always... also love how he's like really sweet and stuff too. He's never really mean at all, just with things he doesn't really know, which that's understandable. But he's a very cute character. Definitely one of my favorites. Definitely top 10. So let's move on to number 5, I think, which is Leo. Man, another kitten named Leo? It just must be a popular cat name, I guess. Also, I messed up. This is number 6, not number 5. So we have another Leo kitten and another orange tabby kitten. I don't know why. Those are just the most popular cat breed, I guess. Like golden retrievers are like the most popular dog breed. I guess orange tabbies are the most popular cat breed. I don't know. So our little Leo originates from the show Puppy Dog Pals. I know, another show based on dogs, and none of them end up making it on my dog list, but then the like one and only cat that they have in this series is. Hissy is not in this list though. I don't mind her, she's just not one of my personal favorites. And she's not a kitten either, she's an adult cat, which I don't mind, but man, the little kittens are just too adorable. Like, I love Leo. I love what they did with him. I love his spunky yet adorable personality. He's definitely very full of energy. He's a little ball of fluff, basically, and it's so adorable. And out of all the designs we've talked about so far, this has definitely got to be the most adorable design that I've seen yet. It's just, I don't know what you want me to say. It looks really good. Like, I love the attention to detail, like the little tuft of fur sticking up, the big eyes are extremely adorable. The little tuft of fur on the chest and the green collar, his big blue eyes. Oh man, he's such an adorable character. I'm surprised they've never sold like toys of him, but I guess he's only been in one season, the very last one. The Puppy Dog Pals is a show I haven't really watched fully through. I've just seen bits and pieces of it. Obviously, as you know, I have a Bingo and Rolly plush. But Leo, they don't sell Leo plushies. But okay. Anywho, Leo was in the last season of Puppy Dog Pals, aka season 5, with, I guess, his friend Buster, who is a boxer dog, I believe, but I don't remember. I haven't seen too much of... I gotta watch, like, more of the episodes from this season that has these characters in it, because I've only seen a few of them, and the few that I've seen were good. Like, Leo is a great character, he's extremely adorable. But I haven't seen, like, every single episode that he was in. But the episodes I have seen were really great. He's such a cute character. They did a really good job with him. It's too bad he ended up only in the last season, and we didn't get more of him. But it's okay. He's a great character, and he easily makes top 10. Now let's get to number 5, which is Wild. Huh? What a wild name for a kitten. But okay. So once again, we have another Paw Patrol character. This time being Wild. So him, along with Leo, are part of that group of the 4 kittens who are in this motorcycle group thingy. I don't even know what you want to call it. No, that's a different series. Wild is the kind of like the main character of the group, where he did appear by himself and then brung Leo, Rory, and Shade, I believe their names are, along to the party as well. Now, I don't think the design of Wild is quite as good as Puppy Dog Pals' Leo. Something about it just has like that. Something about it just doesn't look quite as adorable as Puppy Dog Pals' Leo. But I have seen more of the Paw Patrol Wild opposed to Puppy Dog Pals' Leo. He's been in more episodes, so it's kind of more like, alright, I've seen him more. And overall, Wild is extremely adorable. His main animal is a cheetah. He loves cheetahs. He wants to be a cheetah. Nah, I'm just kidding. He doesn't want to be a cheetah. But that's kind of like his little power thing. And design-wise, I do think he looks better than Paw Patrol's Leo. Overall, basically, I think mainly just because he's in more episodes. He has 2 suits. He has his biker suit, and then of course his cheetah suit. I think they do a pretty good job with Wild's design. I don't know if him and Puppy Dog Pals' Leo is really close. Like, those two could almost be interchangeable. But for now, I'd say Wild would be number 5. With that, let's move on to number 4, which is Cool. What a cool name. So, this little guy originates from the show Rhyme Time Town, which I haven't seen until just recently. I didn't know there was such a thing. But basically, this show called Rhyme Time Town is focused on a bunch of nursery rhymes kind of into a big TV show thing. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. So our 2 main characters, one is Daisy, who's this blue puppy who loves to explore and is very outgoing and very very adventurous, I should say. And then her best friend is Cole, who is this calico kitten who is Daisy's best friend and is a little more quiet, a little more reserved, but still very adorable and very adventurous and very curious as well. Man, oh man. I don't know where to even begin. So, obviously, Cole, I guess, is kind of... They created Cole as a character from the nursery rhyme, The Cat and the Fiddle. Because, obviously, I guess, why the heck not make one of the main characters be Cole, who loves playing the fiddle. That's kind of cool. I like how... I'm using that word way too many times. That's awesome. I like how the main characters have different instruments. Like, Daisy likes playing drums with these different little instruments, and Cole, of course, likes playing the fiddle. They even have an episode focused on that where they're playing their musical instruments, and Cole's kind of like the ringleader, I guess, of them all. At least that's what Baba Black Sheep says. Anywho, I haven't seen a lot of this show, but what I have seen, Cole's a very adorable character. He kind of does his own thing, but he's still really adorable and has some funny, cute moments. Like, there's an episode where him and Daisy pretend to be doctors or something, and there is a sick Daisy. No, not Daisy the dog, the flower Daisy is sick, and they don't know what to do. So instead of watering the flower, they put Band-Aids on it. I think it's just so adorable. I also love how this guy always smiles. He never frowns at all in the show, unless if he's sad, but he's usually always really happy. And I love his design, too. They did such a really great job with this design. And I love his voice, too. They really did a good job with his voice. So props to the voice actor. They did a good job. overall, he's just a really adorable character. Easily my favorite character from Rhyme Time Town, and he steals the show, in my opinion. I'd go to watch the show just to see Cole, that's all. But yeah, Cole, easily one of my favorite characters. So now let's go... Oh yeah, I almost forgot. No wait, I didn't almost forgot. Just kidding. Moving on. So let's move on to number 3, which is Lampo. So we are back to the orange tabby kitten. And this time around we have a character from the little-known TV show 44 Cats. So, okay, this is interesting. Once I started watching 44 Cats, I'm like, man, oh man, they did a really good job with these character designs. I mean, the animation might not be the greatest, but I still think it looks really well. They did a good job with, like, the designs. So Lampo, as I said, is a tabby kitten, and he's the main leader of this group that they like to call the Buffy Cats, who are, I guess, a rock band? I don't know, that's just what they end up calling themselves. And Lampo is the main character of the group. Okay, a really good main character, by the way. I love the little designs they have with him. Like, I love how he's wearing a hat on his right ear. And I love his green shirt, too. And he even has a little yellow lightning bolt on his shirt. And even has a blue one on his right by his eye. Okay. I also love the little tuft of fur up on his head. They do a really good job with his design. Like, he looks really good. And he's really cute, too. And he easily steals the show in 44 Cats. My only problem is that 44 Cats has 2 seasons. They did a really good job with his, like, personality and character in the original season, where he was the main character, but still lovably cute, and he was kind of the one who, like, he was almost kind of like Toulouse in a way. He wanted to act tough, even though sometimes he wasn't really tough, which I think that personality is adorable, and that was kind of what Lampo's was. But unfortunately, when we got Season 2, all the characters just became very one-dimensional, Lampo included. And instead, he just became the main leader who accepts every single challenge that someone throws at him, usually Boss, who is the next-door neighbor, the villain of the series. Very unlikable villain. But that just... I don't know. They didn't do a good job with Season 2 at all. It just completely destroyed 44 Cats for me. I thought the first season was really good, and the second season just was not. With only a few exceptions here and there, the characters just felt very one-dimensional, and a lot of times they would change the characters to fit the story, which, instead of changing the story to fit the characters, which doesn't make any sense. But there is some stories I feel like that could have worked in Season 2, but it didn't, just because all the characters just became super one-dimensional. Okay? Alright, enough of that show aside. Lampo overall is an extremely cute character, and I love him. But I don't think he's number 2 or number 1. So let's get to number 2, which is Berlioz. Oh, yep, if you were paying attention to my Disney videos, or my top 10 favorite Disney videos, you knew I said that Berlioz is my favorite character from Aristocats, and easily my favorite kitten. I like Toulouse. I think he's a great character, but man, Berlioz just steals the movie. He is so extremely adorable. He's the youngest of the 3, and he's usually the one who... Berlioz has a very interesting personality. That's why I like him a lot. Because it isn't just the usual stereotypic cliche stuff, it's actually unique and interesting, and that's what I really like about him. Toulouse is your average, wanting to be tough, and Marie is the average girly girl. Where Berlioz has kind of an interesting personality. It's kind of a mix of Toulouse as well as being scared, because he does kind of mess around and goof around a bit too and get into some trouble, but he also gets a little bit afraid of things, like he's afraid of frogs. And he's extremely adorable, as I said, and he gets a little impatient too, sometimes, but that just adds to the character, and I think they do a really good job with the way they portrayed Berlioz as a character. First off, he's extremely adorable. Look at his design. I love his little bow he has on around his neck. It's adorable. His design is really cute too. Like, they did it, like I said, did a good job with it. and he's overall just a really cute character. I feel like he's just not in the movie enough. I feel like they have more screen time on Toulouse and Marie opposed to Berlioz, which that's a shame. He's my favorite character in the movie. But okay, he's a really cute character, and he's easily my favorite character in Aristocats, and he's almost number one. Although him and Lampo are really close. I don't know which one would be number 2 and 3. Those two are kind of like back and forth on which one I think is better. Berlioz might be number 2. I don't know. I don't know. I really wish they'd do like an Aristocats spin-off series or like a sequel, but nope, we just have the original. The most we got of Berlioz after Aristocats was when they added the Aristocats characters to the Disney Kingdoms game. But other than that, it's basically just Aristocats. Anywho, with all that said and done, let's get to my absolute favorite cartoon kitten. And that would be Sparks. Man, oh man, talk about Lampo done right. So, Sparks originates from the show Super Kitties, which I didn't start seeing until, like, I don't know, by about wintertime of 2024. So about a year after it ended up releasing. Sparks is not the main character, actually, like Lampo is, but he is kind of like the second main character. I don't know. I love how every episode gives, like, each character their own focus, but I guess that's how every show is. So Sparks is a little Bengal kitty. This is the first time we had a Bengal breed on the list, and they're pretty rare, I think. I don't know. They're rare in TV shows, that's for sure. But finally having an adorable Bengal kitty here, and they did a really good job with this design. Like, he is so pretty and so adorable. Basically kind of like, oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Super Kitties is almost kind of like Paw Patrol, but just way better. So these 4 kittens end up turning into superheroes, and Sparks doesn't really have much of a power. It's more just like he has what he calls a super kitty kit, which helps him fly. Okay, kind of cool. So he's the, I guess, middle of the group, whatever, age-wise, between him and Buddy. Buddy is his brother, so we get to see a lot of cool, cute moments between him and Buddy, just maybe playing around or just having a good old time. And Sparks gets a little, how should I say this? For Sparks' personality, he's a little, I shouldn't say emotional, but he's, what's the word? He gets a little, maybe hypersensitive. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Because he usually doesn't start fights. He doesn't like, when other kitties fight. He's never ever grumpy. He's always in a really good mood for the most part. So I love that about his personality, where he's kind of a sensitive kitty and doesn't like seeing other characters fight or anything bad happen. He's usually a really happy kitty. He loves flowers. He loves singing, but he gets a little nervous on stage. And in fact, one of his greatest fears of all time is loud noises, as we see in one of my absolute favorite episodes of the show, Firework Fright, where there's a bunch of fireworks about to get set off, and Sparks doesn't want them to get set off. But the villain of the episode, aka Mr. Puppy Paws, ends up taking them all before they can get set off, because I guess he's afraid of them too. But they end up sending them off towards the end of the episode. So he's afraid of fireworks, and even in a more recent episode, he's afraid of water too, or at least getting it in his face. I love what they do with Sparks, and unlike Lampo, where he kind of gets a little butchered in the newer seasons, I love how Season 2 still keeps his same personality and expands upon it. That's what I love about Sparks. And I love how, like, unlike some characters like Wild or Paw Patrol Leo, or even Periwinkle at times, their designs are good, but not, like, amazing. Sparks has a really amazing design. They did a really good job with his design. Not just him, but the other 3 characters are really cute, too. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can easily say that Sparks is my favorite cartoon kitten or kitty. So hope you kind of enjoy these like random videos. Instead of me doing a bunch of Mario stuff over and over again, it's kind of fun talking about different stuff. Now this will be the last out of the cute characters series. I did puppies, I did live action puppies, and now of course I did kitties. I think this will be the last video with this John. I think this will be the last video for my top 10 favorite kittens, my top 10 favorite animals, basically. So I do want to finish. I want to do more movies and stuff. Maybe Pixar movies or DreamWorks movies. I think that'd be a really cool idea, and I definitely do want to do that coming up. And also the fact that Disventure Camp Season 3 just ended. So maybe I'll talk about Disventure Camp. I don't know. We'll see. And, of course, we have Stuff the Animal Amazing Race Season 4 now going on, too. It's going to be a crazy month. I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you probably tomorrow.